This tournament previously known as the Asia Cup before being renamed the Asia Challenge. And it's the first step towards the new and improved Asia Championships, which will take the name Asia Cup from next year. And that'll be the first ever Continental Cup played jointly by teams from Asia and Oceania. The top 5 finishers at this tournament earning their sub-zones additional places in the Asia Cup 2017. The Philippines looking for the first score and get it right off the bat in the opening 10 seconds, and from the corner as well for Escoto. Kazakhstan looking to answer back straight away, and they turn it over. Pavel Ilin with the entry pass, their top scorer, able to link with his teammates, so a good start for the Philippines, promising early on. Chong goes back to Escoto, who hit that 3 on the first possession of the game. Fake from Pogoy, moves it on to Escoto. Pogoy gets it back on the perimeter and he's fouled. No, he's called for a travel by Ilin. So Ilin in close proximity, but the travel against Pogoy. Pavel Ilin able to bring the ball over centre court. There's some contact inside after the shot from Yuri Kozanov. Non-shooting foul on Van Opstal, so Kazakhstan will inbound the ball from the baseline. It's batted away by Ferrer. Savchenko take 2 with the inbound pass. He thought about the 3 again, back to Savchenko. Steps in, long 2, can't get it to go. High off the backboard, drops back down. Ilin for 3, another miss. So not a good start from the field for Kazakhstan, but there's more contact inside. And Arnold Van Opstal has picked up 2 fouls in the space of about 20 seconds here. He's going to have to check out. Can Kazakhstan finally get on the board? They're having all of the ball here. The Philippines can't get it back. Knocked away and out of bounds again. Inbound pass once more. Deep to Kozanov. A chance to attack towards the foul line now. Can the Philippines finally get it? No, they can't. It's Kozanov with even more time to work with. The 3 off the mark again, and finally Escoto grabs a rebound. How many shots did Kazakhstan miss over that last sequence of play? Here's Escoto. Pogoy. Onto his left hand, then onto his right, spinning into the paint, but called for a travel again. So 2 travels on the Philippines early on. After that 3-pointer within the first 10 seconds, Kazakhstan have missed a heap of shots. It's still just 3-0. Another miss from the outside from Kozanov. And this time they can't grab the rebound. They made that 0 of 6 now from the field for Kazakhstan to start the game. The Philippines, because of those turnovers, have actually only taken 1 shot and hit it. They'll try and take another one here, and they put it in. Lovely bounce pass towards the baseline. Ferrer with the finish. Ilin onto his left hand, attacking the basket. Another miss for Kazakhstan, and finally it goes with their 8th attempt of the game. Chong moving it across. Kicked out to Cruz for 3. Yes! The Philippines 3 of 3 from the field. And 2 of those 3-pointers. That's where they struggled so badly yesterday against China. 4 of 22 from three-point land yesterday, 2 of 2 so far in the opening 2.5 minutes today. Kazakhstan down by 6, and Pavel Ilin waiting to inbound the ball. Looking to get it back to Savchenko. It's reeled in by Yevstegniev. Savchenko moves it on. Baskin. He's hit their only field goal of the game so far. Off the mark from 3 this time, but there was contact in the paint. Yuri Kozanov perched on the perimeter again. Here he is now in the corner. He'll take on another 3. It's another miss. Another rebound though. And it won't go in for Baskin. Here come the Philippines on the fast break. There's contact from Savchenko. So Philippines 3 of 3 from the field. Kazakhstan now 1 of 12 from the field. I want to believe they've taken 4 times as many shots as the Philippines in these opening few minutes. They have hit a third of their shots in comparison to the Philippines. Doesn't take a great deal of effort to work out their team leader's graphic at the moment. Just 2 points for Baskin. Although 4 rebounds, that's the key for them on offense at the moment. Getting those second chance opportunities, they're just not taking them. And for the Philippines, a couple of players have knocked down 3s, a couple of rebounds for Cruz. 3-pointers for the Philippines for Escotto and for Cruz. And 1 inside for Ferrer as well. In terms of rebounding, the number 7, Nikolai Baskin, absolutely battering the Philippines on the boards at the moment. 4 offensive rebounds. And we have our first trip to the line of this game. The Philippines with a chance to extend their lead through Roger Ray Pogoy. Points yesterday against China, although he was only 4 of 14 from the field, Pogoy. That's 1 of 2 from the stripe on that trip, and the Philippines up by 7, largest lead of the game. Gubashev, no strip to the ball here, Gubashev on centre court. The Philippines looking to extend their advantage down court quickly with De Chong. Philippines 4 of 4 from the field. Kazakhstan need to score again quickly, otherwise this one could get away. Instead they've thrown it away, and De Chong was looking to come on the fast break off the turnover again. Instead it's Kadashan Gubashev taking a foul for the team. Philippines by 9 points after just 3.5 minutes. Gubashev, the 3rd team foul for Kazakhstan. And stopping the break to the basket by Eduardo Junior De Chong. The unsportsmanlike foul will send him to the line. Three players on 3 now for the Philippines. And that one makes De Chong their leading scorer on 4. And it's a double-digit lead inside of 3.5 minutes. Still Philippine possession off the back of that unsportsmanlike foul. De Chong almost let the ball slip and called for a carry. There's a long, long, long way to go in this one. Kazakhstan, well, they've turned it over again, very nearly. Now they have. The Filipino fans loving this action as De Jong puts it in again. The lead has grown to 13. They need this basket, Kazakhstan. It's short. De Jong trying to grab it. And a chance at a three-point play. Big hustle play underneath from Mikhail Yevstigniev. And just Kazakhstan's second field goal of the game in 4 minutes. And a chance to add one more from the line. Well, they were down big. They were down by 13. They'd hit just one shot out of 13 attempts in the game before he grabbed that rebound and put it in. Scotto onto Pogoy for three. Kazakhstan able to grab it. Now they look to try and build some momentum with Ilin. He's not been able to get going yet. Pavel Ilin, their top scorer. Handed off on the perimeter to Gubashev. Gubashev moving it back to Yevstigniev, who just scored a few seconds ago. And this time he's called for the offensive foul. And it looks a painful one. Second foul on Yevstigniev. Fourth team foul on Kazakhstan. The Philippines on 4 as well. And you can see exactly what Carl Brian Cruz thought of it. That three-point miss for the Philippines on their last possession. The only shot they've missed in the game so far. 5 of 6 from the field. Bello moved on. Pogoy now swings it around the perimeter. Pogoy back on the edge, steps in for the long two and drains it. And their hot hand continues. 6 of 7 from the field now for the Philippines. Mitchev on to Bashkin. Bashkin moving it inside. Spin move towards the baseline. Finger roll won't go though for Yevstigniev. Here come the Philippines again. So quick down court. Pogoy for three. Not this time. Ilin. He really needs to find his feet in this game. Ilin, he's trying to bundle his way through. Aggressive play. And there's a look at those field goal percentages. 6 of 8. We have it now for the Philippines. Kazakhstan, 2 of 15 to start the game. 2 of 8 inside, 0 of 7 from downtown. They will take each and every chance they can get to try and score points in this game. And they get that chance next from the foul line, where Yevstigniev missed the opportunity to complete a three-point play not too long ago. That was their only attempt from the foul line so far. This time it's the turn of their top scorer, Pavel Ilin. "21 points in each of the last 2 games for Ilin, after 16 points in game 1. For those foul shots, he was just 0 of 2 from the field in the first 5 minutes here. Finally gets on the board. Good rebound from Ilin, saving it on the baseline. Kazakhstan down by 12 here early on. Ilin. Screen set. At the high post as Ilin drives inside and finishes. That's what they need him to do. First field goal of the game for Kazakhstan's top scorer. Moved on by Perez, across it goes to the far side to Bello. Bello stepping into the paint, kicks it back out to the near side. The three, good for De Jong. Philippines by 13. And Kazakhstan have turned it over as well. They just can't find any sort of momentum whatsoever in this game. They actually shot the ball fairly well against the Chinese Taipei side yesterday that beat them by 15. This has been a completely different story. Fingertips of Ilin carrying the ball out of bounds. The Philippines shooting 70% from the field here. Kazakhstan under 19%. It's a very tough start indeed to try and recover from, but it's not beyond them yet. They're only down by 13. The Philippines trying to extend that though, and from the foul line, completely unguarded, Javier puts it in. 8 of 11 from the field now, and it goes on and on and on. There's the trap on centre court as well. They get out of it to Yevstigniev. And that's the ball back in the paint now. And had 2 of them in close proximity, Javier and Cruz. The foul was called on Cruz. So Mikhail Yevstigniev's big physical frame inside seems to be a potential key route of offense to get Kazakhstan back into this. Especially if he can make his foul shots now with the Philippines over the foul limit. 3 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the quarter. He almost got the tip. It's another offensive rebound and another. Nikolai Bashkin. And his offensive rebounding might just be a route to get back into the game. Here's Perez in towards the paint. Shot was too long. A rebound this time for Mitchev on the defensive end. Kazakhstan looking to close the gap. Behind the back goes Kuanov. He's going to pull a long 2. Foot on the line, wouldn't go down anyway. Bello on to Javier. The Philippines hit this time and still lead by 14. Despite that little spark from Kazakhstan a few seconds earlier. Kuanov. Now Ilin, left unguarded on the perimeter, can't hit his shot. Tipped into the hands of Tolomia. Quarterback pass, can't connect with Javier. There's now 7 offensive rebounds in the game for Baskin, would you believe, in the first quarter. What a remarkable statistic. Bringing all of those second chance opportunities for Kazakhstan. They just haven't taken many of them. Long 2, they won't take that either. And the Philippines come away with it with Perez, and he's caught before he could release the ball. The Philippines have led by as many as 15 in this crazy opening quarter. And they have a chance to extend that to the largest lead of the game here, although the first one off the mark from Perez. Didn't play against China yesterday, having hit 15 points against Chinese Taipei in Game 2 off 7 of 12 shooting. And 6 points in Game 1 against India. The second foul shot ties the largest lead of the game at 15, final 2 minutes of the quarter. Mitchev trying to link with Ilin. Perez trying to knock it away. They have to score here. 3-on-1 Kazakhstan. Make it 4-on-1, and they do get it to go. The Philippines not going to let them rest, though, on defence. Kazakhstan have to get back in transition. Tolomia. Tolomia across to the far side. Long 2. Pops out for Javier. Round the back goes Kuanov. Thought about the shot himself. Thinks again. Thanks for the arrival of the big Yevstigniev. Kuanov up against Tolomir. Baskin moves it on to Ilin. Ilin looking to fire it into the big man now. Fades away and hits. He started to do some damage. Point game, final minute of the first. Despite what has quite frankly been an awful opening quarter for Kazakhstan, they will feel there's a chance in these final 50 seconds or so to maybe make it a single-digit game, and if that was the case, they could go in at the end of one with their heads at least held a little high. Before they get the chance to do that, though, the Philippines back at the line. That one missed from Tolomir, though. Just 4 points against China yesterday, having hit double figures in the first 2 games for Michael Tolomir. He misses both foul shots, so here we go. Kazakhstan do have a chance to make it a single-digit game. Despite being awful from the field, but they've given it away. And it's an easy 2 for Tolomir. Having missed those 2 foul shots, he gets 2 points anyway. The lead at 13. There's been too many turnovers for Kazakhstan as well. Trapped on half court. This time it's a foul on Tolomir. I make that the 8th turnover of the quarter for Kazakhstan. Shaim Kuanov hitting the first foul shot. Missing the second, and the rebound grabbed by Bello. We've hardly seen anything of the Philippines' leading scorer in the tournament, Mark Bello, in terms of being an offensive weapon. They've not unleashed him yet. Final seconds of the quarter, Tolomir back to the foul line, knocked away from behind. And the travel called, so really good defense for Kazakhstan in the final seconds of the first. They do have 2.3 seconds to get a shot away. Kuanov inbounds, they'll have to put it up from half court. It's the big man who wasn't too far away, Yevstigniev. And that would have been some end to the quarter. And he certainly played his part in dragging Kazakhstan back from the depths of despair after an awful start to the game. They finished up 6 of 25 from the field. The Philippines 10 of 15. And it is the Philippines who lead by 12, 27-15. So there's a look then at those shooting numbers. Kazakhstan 0 of 9 from downtown. And very impressive throughout from the Philippines. 7 of 10 inside, 3 of 5 from three-point range. The Philippines led by the 9 points of De Chong, who's hit all 3 of his field goal attempts. 2 inside, 1 out. A couple of foul shots as well. The rebounding numbers dominated by Kazakhstan, 12 on the offensive glass. They will have a big chance of winning this game if they can keep that up and improve their shooting percentage, if they get more of those second chance opportunities. And it's going to be a closer game than this for sure. But they have to protect the ball better as well. Philippines with 5 turnovers in the first quarter, Kazakhstan with 8. The coach just trying to rally the troops after a near disastrous start. I forget the numbers now. I think they were 1 of 12, or maybe 1 of 13 from the field to start the game. They've hit 5 of their last 12 or 13, so a vast improvement from Kazakhstan. They've been down by as many as 15. They're still down by 12, but they've at least been able to get some kind of foothold in the game. Baskin, largely thanks to his offensive rebounding as well. Ilin still really to take off in this game. It's tipped away inside, and here come the Philippines on the fast break again. Looking to go coast to coast was Tolomia. It's knocked away from behind. Good defense. The last touch was from Tolomia. Pavel Ilin inbounding the ball for Kazakhstan, just 1 of 4 from the field in that first quarter. They'll want more from him here in the second. And started the way they did though, shooting from the field, and with your top scorer only having hit 1 field goal and only being down by 12, it can certainly get a lot better than this. Baskin. Here is Ilin, down by Sevchenko, looking to drive towards the baseline. Another foul. Foul on Russell Escotto. Trying to set the screen is Yevstigniev. They couldn't quite find him as he moved towards the baseline. It was a really good steal. Picked off before it could reach him by De Jong. And he's fouled in full flow by Sevchenko. Second foul on Vasily Sevchenko. Bello to inbound the ball. 18 points per game in this tournament. He's not scored yet, I don't think. Here in this one, look at a good look, mid-range, a miss for the Philippines. They haven't missed many, if any, open shots in this game before that one. Stigniev moving it on, getting it back on the perimeter here. Thought about the three himself. Finds the pass to Ilin, brilliantly done. The two big men, the two big scorers for Kazakhstan combining, getting them within 10. Ilin, who only had 1 field goal in the whole of the first, has one already here in the second. Is that a sign of things to come? The Philippines looking to get into the paint here, but they've turned it over. Double dribble called against Roger Ray Pogoy. Only a minute and a half into the second. Kazakhstan an opportunity to make it a single-digit game for the first time in a long time. First time, I think, since around the midway point of the first quarter. And it goes towards Yevstigniev, turns to the baseline, finger roll won't go. Philippines trying to come away with it at pace as well. 3-on-1 chance now to finish. Nice little pass back, off the mark, tipped, and the miss again. Another offensive rebound, third time lucky for the Philippines. Great hustle play from Bello for his first score of the game. That's an ominous sign for Kazakhstan if they can get him scoring. Ilin fires it into the paint, little hook shot, very soft, delicate touch from Mitchev. 10-point game again, knocked away by Ilin, but he can't quite save it. On the line over on the far side. Raymart Bello inbounding has just gone off the mark. It's a nice inbound pass, and what a block that is from behind. Can Kazakhstan build off it here? Sevchenko back to Ilin. Touch pass into the paint, put in off the glass. Great play at both ends of the court. Back-to-back baskets for Mitchev. Bello, it's a single-digit game for the first time since the midway point of the first quarter. Bello again, into the paint, nice pass from him too. Offensive rebound again, and a foul this time as Escotto looked to rise towards the rim once more. Foul on Nikolai Baskin. Escotto sent to the foul line for his first chance to score since 9 seconds into the game when he hit that three-pointer to get us underway. And this is the foul shot. He's missed 2 field goal attempts since that early three-pointer. And he's missed 2 free throws as well, although they grabbed the offensive rebound, the Philippines. Knocked away. And the last touch out of bounds off the Philippines, so it's Kazakhstan ball and an opportunity to continue their run. Down by 8. Look at that, the Philippines have missed their last 5 free throws. And they're not very hot from the field either at the moment. Yevstigniev looking to bully his way inside again, turns and backs it in. Well, it had to be a timeout. You just wondered if it might have come a little earlier. The Philippines, who've led by as many as 15, led by 12 at the start of the second quarter, have had that lead cut in half to 6. Kazakhstan have really rallied, and the Philippines' shooting has dried up. And Coach Reyes wants to talk it over. A look at the team leaders for Kazakhstan. 7 points from Mikhail Yevstigniev, the big centre inside, and 9 rebounds for Baskin, but 7 of those on the offensive end. The Philippines' field goal shooting percentage has dropped to below 50% now, having been around 70% for the vast majority of the first quarter. And Kazakhstan's has risen to 33%, having hit only 1 of their first 13 attempts in the game. They've now hit 9 of their last 17. And they're winning the battle in the paint as well, largely thanks to Yevstigniev. Bello onto his left hand, into the paint. Bello fakes the shot, steps inside and hits. Second field goal of the quarter for Raymart Bello. That's what the Philippines needed off the back of the timeout, just to stop the rot for the time being. They go inside again, Kazakhstan. This time Yevstigniev can't do the business, and the Philippines can use their pace on the fast break once more. Saved on the baseline though. Recovered by Perez. We'll just try and calm it down here as he goes back to Bello. Move it across to the far side, and it's knocked down by Escotto. Good composed play from Perez on this near side, recovering the ball, and they swung it across to the far side where they had a one-on-one shooting opportunity. And Escotto took it, lead back to 10. That one gets a lucky hop in off the backboard. Yevstigniev now with 9 points. Right on the midway point of the second, Perez. Bello. Bello looking to attack again, left hand this time. Wouldn't go, he ran into the big frame of Yevstigniev. And the big centre just stood his ground. This really has been a very entertaining opening 15 minutes. A poor start from Kazakhstan, the great field goal shooting from the Philippines, the recovery then from Kazakhstan. And we're in a position where it could be close for the rest of this half, and certainly into the second half now. Fascinating how this one might play out with the presence inside of Yevstigniev. The two big scorers, Ilin for Kazakhstan and Bello for the Philippines, yet to really heat up as it's knocked away from Perez here. Here can Kazakhstan again, but what a recovery that is from Perez. The hustle play, getting back and stealing the ball, having just lost it. Open three, won't go down. Perez trying to tip it in, grabbed in the paint. Offensive rebound, and it won't go again. Perez trying to bat it back. Kazakhstan able to recover. Kuanov. Baskin. Reeled in by Sevchenko. In towards the edge of the paint, twisting and turning, trying to find room, and somehow throwing it up and in was Mitchev. Perez onto his left hand, kicks it out, pass was off the mark, recovered in the corner and put back in. How about that? Off balance, steadied himself and drained it. Carl Brian Cruz. The Philippines up by 9. And these two nations starting to trade blows. Kozanov in towards the foul line, he kicks it out. They think about the three, they go inside again to where they've been more efficient, and that continues. Mitchev with back-to-back field goals, 4 of 5 inside now for 8 points. Burst of pace to the rim from Jamar Perez, who's come into the game and provided a spark here for the Philippines. 9-point game with 3 minutes of the half remaining. It's really heating up now. High entry pass in towards Baskin. He was able to get basket side and finish. Perez, right hand, left hand, spin move, kicks it out. Screen set at the high post, stripped to the ball though. Kazakhstan coming fast break, really should have been able to release the ball. Kuanov, before he was fouled by Cruz, just took a little too long and hesitated. They did have 4 in the fast break. The officials talking it over. The Philippines up by 7. The lead that's been as many as 15. And the unsportsmanlike called against the Philippines, so Kazakhstan will shoot foul shots here with Shaim Kuanov. Sportsmanlike foul against Perez. Kuanov gets 1 of 2. And Kazakhstan get the ball back. And a chance to make it a 3 or 4 point game for the first time since the opening couple of minutes. Seven points in the first quarter for the Philippines, just 11 so far here in the second. Kuanov back to the perimeter, a chance to step in. They'll turn it over, Kazakhstan. Two minutes and 19 seconds remaining. And it's such an intriguing first half in this near enough do-or-die battle in the second round group stages of the 2016 FIBA Asia Challenge. Burst towards the basket by Bello, fouled by Mitchev. Raymart Bello, 23 years of age, 18 points, 6.3 rebounds across the first 3 games. He was the star of the show in all of those first 3 games. 16 points and 7 rebounds against China yesterday. 6 of 13 from the field. He's certainly heating up in this one, having not scored at all in the first quarter. Bello now has 6 here in the second. Two minutes and change remaining in this first half. Lead for Philippines back to 8. It's been cut to as few as 6 from 15. Free route into the paint, and then the hustle defense to try and get back from the Philippines, caught out of position, and just wipe out Yevstigniev. Two of them climbing all over the back of him. Mikhail Yevstigniev with the opportunity to become the first player in the game to hit double figures here. This is the foul shot. It's 1 of 4 from the line now. He's 4 of 8 from the field. 3 rebounds in the game as well. Misses both. And sportsmanlike have been called on the Filipino defense. So Kazakhstan still with the ball. Baskin on to Kozanov. Kozanov in towards the big man again. Hook shot won't go. Rebound grabbed by Ferrer. Looks to release the ball quickly. To Chong down court. Bello. Bello looking to take on Kozanov on his left hand into the paint. Hangs and can't hit. Recovered though by Bello on the offensive glass. Fresh 14 to work with for the Philippines. Ferrer. Across to the near side, Bello away from 1 and gets it to go off the glass this time. Philippines back up by double figures. Three fakes outside by Yevstigniev as he looked to bulldoze his way in. Foul called on Pasumel. Just missed a couple from the line, Yevstigniev. No problems with that one. It's 10 points now for him, just 2 of 6 from the foul line. He makes them both, so it's an 8-point game. Philippines leading by 12 at the end of the first. Kazakhstan would be happy if they could get it down to 6 perhaps. And they won't, because the bounce favours Bello. 3-pointer for Ray-Mark Bello makes it 11. Final minute of the second. A tough ask to make it 6 now as Illing gets in the back door and finishes. To Chong, back out to Bello again. Moves it on this time, another 3. That would have been a real tough one to take for Kazakhstan if that had gone down. Back-to-back 3s. A miss though from Pasumel. 9-point game. Kuanov across to Ilin. Ilin driving into the paint on his left hand, flips it up, difficult shot won't go. Recovered on the baseline by Bello. Great defense from him. To Chong into the paint, gets contact along the way. Third foul on Kuanov. 11 seconds remaining in the half. The Philippines with a chance to perhaps finish the half still with a double-digit lead, despite the best efforts of Kazakhstan, who've reduced this Filipino lead from 15 down to as few as 6 in this second quarter. We're going to have a timeout before these foul shots are taken. Look at the leaders for the Philippines. Bello has exploded in this second quarter for 11 points after going scoreless in the first. Bello now 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line, 6 rebounds and a couple of assists as well. And 11 points for Kazakhstan's leading scorer as well, Yevstigniev, although he's been more consistently scoring throughout. The Philippines still shooting 50% from the field. They knew they wouldn't be able to keep up the numbers they were putting up in the first quarter. They had a mini collapse in the first few minutes of this second quarter, but they've recovered since then. They've kept Kazakhstan at bay. Chong able to join Bello in double figures, the second man to get there for the Philippines. And ties his teammate with 11 seconds remaining in the half. And an 11-point lead. A foul on the inbound pass for Kazakhstan takes them right down court. Second foul on Escotto. Philippines trying to steal it right off the inbound. An opportunity for Baskin. And they knew if they fouled it would at least give them 10 seconds to try and have the final say of the half. Lead, 10 seconds to go in the second quarter. De Chong almost stripped to the ball, knocked away, and it's still Philippine possession. And they have to put a bit of time back on the clock here. It looked as though the clock perhaps didn't stop in time after the ball had gone out. It's 2.4 seconds. De Chong steps away, long three, wide of the mark. So a really enthralling first half of basketball here at the 2016 FIBA Asia Challenge. The Philippines lead it at half-time, 47-37. There's a look at those shooting numbers. The Philippines up to 50% aroundabouts from the field. Kazakhstan still haven't hit from downtown, but they've passed up those opportunities in the second quarter, haven't taken a single three-point attempt after missing all 9 in the first. They've done their damage inside to get back into the game, particularly building off the offensive rebounding of Nikolai Baskin. They've won that rebounding battle inside, and they've controlled their turnovers as well after, I think, 9 in the first quarter, just 3 in the second, and allowed them to get back to within 6 points of the Philippines, having been down by 15, but it is still a double-digit Filipino lead at the break. 47-37. Join us for the second half here in around 10 minutes' time. Teheran, where the Philippines lead Kazakhstan by 10 points at the start of the second half. The stats really do make for fascinating reading in this one. Kazakhstan starting just 1 of 13 from the field, 0 of 9 from the field in the first quarter. They've completely abandoned the three-point shot, 0 of 9 in the first, and they have gone entirely inside, shooting over 50% inside now, and mounted a comeback to get from 15 down to within 6. Although the Philippines rode out the storm and stretched the lead back to 10 before the end of the first half. They've hit 50% of their outside shots. De Chong driving inside, bounce pass onto the baseline, back out to Bello, who heated up in that second quarter, and he picks up right where he left off here in the third. Completely scoreless in the first quarter, Bello. And out-and-out leading scorer in the game now. Kazakhstan looking for their first score of the second half, and they get it. Quick response. Double figures now for Mitchev. Bello up to 14 with that last 3. Philippines by 11. De Chong back onto his right hand to the foul line, put up and put in by Escotto. The Philippines hit their first 4 field goals of the game. They've hit their first 2 field goals of the second half. Baskin in the corner, going to take on a 3. Change of policy for Kazakhstan. It's going to be out of bounds Kazakh ball here, so they get a second chance. But I mentioned 0 of 9 from downtown in the first quarter. They didn't take a single 3-point shot attempt in the second quarter. They take one right at the start of the third, so 0 of 10 now. They pass up the opportunity to take another one with Baskin from the far side, and they work it back inside to Mitchev, who now has 12. De Chong on to Escotto. De Chong, Bello. Bello short, rebounds, grabs, look to fire it in towards Cruz. Kazakhstan come away with it. Here's Pavel Ilin. Ilin looking to feed it inside again. Mitchev across to the far side it goes, around the perimeter. The drive inside, spotted a gap in the defense and exploited it. Good burst from Sevchenko, his first score of the game. Just over 2 minutes into the second half, we're going to have a timeout called by the Philippines, who hit a couple of field goals to start the quarter, but Kazakhstan are looking confident here as well in the second half. Bello there, the leading scorer in the game and leading rebounder for the Philippines, 14.7 boards for him. But they have done a lot better since that dreadful first quarter. 12 points now for Mitchev, 10 rebounds for Baskin. Really interesting to watch the shot selection for Kazakhstan. Taking a 3, they couldn't resist taking that open 3 that they missed, but it's just not gone their way from the outside. And funnily enough, that was the story for the Philippines yesterday. It's funny how things can change, how confidence can change over the course of just one night. The Philippines shooting only 18% from downtown against China yesterday. Here today they've shot 55%. Kazakhstan shot pretty well yesterday. Here today 0 of 10 from downtown. They have had good looks as well. Here's a good look for Pogoy. Can't take it though. Offensive rebound grabbed by Cruz, and he got the last touch. I just wonder if the coach, Edward Skripets for Kazakhstan, has said to his players, just keep trying to batter them inside. Mitchev's done well there, Yevstigniev's done well there. It's an open look for 3. 0 of 11 now, and they can't reel down the rebound. Here come the Philippines. Going through their gears at pace was Tolomia, and he was hooked by Ilin. First foul on Pavel Ilin. I just wonder if Coach Reyes for the Philippines is telling his team to leave a few of those Kazakh players unguarded on the perimeter. Force them to take the shots, tempt them to take the shots, and try and nullify a bit of the threat inside that way. Tolomia hits the second foul shot. The Philippines up by 10 again. Yevstigniev trying to drive in towards the basket, and he's called for the offensive foul. Bullish, bullying play from Yevstigniev, but it was too forceful, and he's called for his third. They have to be careful with him. You feel if they lose him, they lose the game, Kazakhstan, because they need that presence inside right now. Tolomia looking to escape the defense. Got hit as he looked to force the ball back, and there is foul 4 on Yevstigniev. 2 fouls in the space of a matter of seconds. That is a humongous blow for Kazakhstan at this stage of the game with still 17 minutes remaining. Arguably their #1 key player, certainly in terms of this game, the way it's set up right now. And he's going to have to take a seat. They're not going to risk leaving him in on 4 fouls with still nearly 17 minutes to play. Huge blow for Kazakhstan. The Philippines up by 10. A chance to extend that lead as Bello inbounds. Tolomia. Onto his left hand, moves it on to Escotto for 3. Well short from Escotto, recovered on the baseline by Baskin. Ilin moves it on. Will it be a change of ploy now for Kazakhstan? Baskin into the paint. And still have the big frame of Pavel Mitchev in there, who has done very well today. 12 points in the game. But it's been the combination of he and Yevstigniev that's been too hard to handle for the Philippines in the paint. They get to the line here with Baskin. Just to embellish how important Yevstigniev has been to the Kazakh cause, they have doubled the points in the paint of their opponents. Here today, 32-16, Kazakhstan lead in the paint. Offensive rebound, back in, and a foul from Escotto. It was a fantastic rebound. It was an even better shot. Having been hit and falling away, it's the second on Mitchev, the 4th team foul on Kazakhstan already. And a chance to add an extra point from the line for Russell Escotto. And he gets it. So the lead for the Philippines back to 12 again. The same lead as they had at the end of the first quarter. And I just feel like the blow of losing Yevstigniev is going to be too difficult to come back from now for Kazakhstan. Mitchev's just picked up his 3rd foul as well. On the offensive end, the 5th team foul for Kazakhstan. It's falling apart for them. I do apologise if you were experiencing any breakup to your picture. We hope to be with you for the rest of this one as the Philippines take a 14-point lead. Bello up to 15 points in the game. This is the next one. Here goes Kozanov, down court, coast to coast to finish. Kazakhstan desperately needed that one. The Philippines not going to let them rest though. Tolomir going through the gears. Javier for three, yes! And a foot on the line, it's a two, but it's a 14-point Philippines lead. Sevchenko. Kozanov looking to get into the paint. Spin move, guarded by two. Shot was short, grabbed by Bello. No, they have called it a three, that last one for the Philippines now. They've changed it on the score strap and added the extra point. So the Philippines retrieve the ball back. Across it goes to the far side. And a foul. So to the foul line goes Kevin Ferrer. Second foul on Gubashev. Midway point of the third, a chance to tie the largest lead of the game here for the Philippines with Kevin Ferrer at the line. Responded to a 1 of 10 shooting game in game one by hitting 11 points and 7 points or 50% shooting in the last two games. Just 1 of 2 from the line, but a tip back off the offensive rebound and a fresh bit of time to work with for the Philippines here and a chance to make it largest lead of the game. On to the left hand, Tolomir fakes the pass, can't finish. Kazakhstan come away with the ball. Mitchev down court quickly, poor pass though and turned over. Here's Tolomir, bounce pass into the paint, flipped up and in by Gotladera, largest lead of the game for the Philippines, and they force Kazakhstan to call timeout. It really has fallen apart since that fourth foul picked up by Yevstigniev that forced him out of the game. Kazakhstan's route back into the game via him in the paint has disappeared, and the Philippines have taken advantage and pulled away. Mitchev leading the way for them with 12 points, 12 rebounds now for Baskin. Ilin with a couple of assists, but he's been below his standards in this game in terms of scoring, just 7 points off 3 of 7 shooting. Bello now the leading scorer in the game, so it's their top scorer coming into this one, who has won that battle against Ilin. 15 points off 5 of 10 shooting, 8 rebounds as well. All of those 15 points coming in the second and third quarters. And they've also got De Chong on 11 and Escoto on 10 in double figures. Look at the three-point shooting numbers. The Philippines recovering from a 4 of 22 game yesterday against China to shoot nearly 50% today. Kazakhstan 0 of 11. Took 9 of those attempts in the first quarter. Here's Ilin. We need a huge scoring burst from him perhaps to get back into the game. Kozanov and a foul on Gotladera. Points the lead. It's certainly not done yet, but it will be difficult unless they can get Yevstigniev back in the game and avoiding that fifth foul. He's in the game now, receives it here. He's going to take on the shot, moves it on quickly instead to Mitchev, who forces it in. Key passage in the game now. Kazakhstan need a few defensive stops here. Yevstigniev avoiding that fifth foul. Back to the perimeter, the three for Tolomia. They're lighting it up from the outside now. The Philippines by 17. Here's Ilin, quick burst to the hoop to finish. They can't trade twos with threes though. Ilin up to 9 points. Tolomia back to Pogoy. Tolomia again. Final 4 minutes of the third. Screen set to the high post as they go around the frame of the number 21 Gotladera. Hung high, awkward, difficult shot won't go for Tolomia, and Ilin comes away with it. Can Kazakhstan start to close the gap a little bit? No, the denial, but put back in by Baskin. Baskin up to 10 points for Kazakhstan. There's a whistle on the play here, so that makes 3 in double figures for them now as well. Mitchev leading the way with 14. Yevstigniev with 11 and Baskin with 10. Ilin on 9, close to that milestone. Kazakhstan down by 13. 3.5 to play in the third. Rare, Tolomia. Tolomia driving in, dishing it off. Nice pass. The finish won't go though for Van Opstal. He'll be really disappointed he didn't put that one in. Pretty much an open layup, but that's a blow for Kazakhstan. The 4th foul on Mitchev now, so the only way they've looked like competing with the Philippines in this game is with their physical presence inside, and now their 2 big men, Mitchev and Yevstigniev, both on 4 fouls. And you feel they might just both have to remain in the game to try and pull them back into this one, because without them both on the floor, they've been almost blown away. Here's Ilin. Mitchev, who does remain in the game. Ilin in towards the paint, hangs it high off the window, offensive rebound and put back in with the foul by Yevstigniev. That's what they need from him, playing on 4 fouls. A chance at a 3-point play and a chance perhaps to haul his team back into the game. 4th foul on Arnold Van Opstal, who's not played a great deal in this one after picking up 2 fouls in the opening few minutes. Yevstigniev now with 13 points and an opportunity to tie Mitchev as the leading scorer for Kazakhstan. And an opportunity to bring the deficit down to 11. He is only 3 of 7 from the foul line here today though. 5 of 10 from the field. Every point a big one at this stage for Kazakhstan, and he makes it. Final 3 minutes of the third. Thrown away. I can only assume he was looking at the official there. Cole Brian Cruz, there was none of his teammates near it. Mitchev. Could be a costly turnover for the Philippines. Ilin. Kazakhstan looking to make it a single-figure game again. They'll shoot the long 2. Wouldn't go down, but inside again is Yevstigniev. Just dragging his team back into this game. And he got hit again, so it's a chance for back-to-back 3-point plays for Mikhail Yevstigniev, playing on 4 fouls himself. The 2 big men left in the game by Coach Skripitz and doing the business. Yevstigniev misses this one, so it's a 9-point game. There was some contact inside though. The Philippines have been called for a foul here. third on Cruz. And they're over the foul limit, so there's a chance for Kazakhstan to eat into the deficit even more so. This game is so finely poised at this stage. Each and every foul shot big for Baskin as he hits the first one. Kazakhstan have been the better team with Mitchev and Yevstigniev on the court. When they've abandoned their outside shooting and moved the ball inside to them, Philippines have been the better team otherwise. So it is key if those two can remain on the court, both on 4 fouls, Mitchev and Yevstigniev. And Kazakhstan are back within 7. And still 12 minutes to play. Tolomia for 3. Can't hit. Offensive rebound for the Philippines. Nice pass inside. In off the glass by Escotta. Calling for it was Baskin. Ilin turns away though. Final 2 minutes of the third. Ilin onto the left hand, looking to jink his way through the defense. Great individual play from Pavel Ilin to lay it up and in. He's now into double figures. 7-point game again. Tolomia. Across to Bello, high catch. Guarded by Ilin, steps in for the 2 and drains it. Ray Mark Bello with 17. The Philippines up by 9. Ilin looking to meander his way through the defense again. Couldn't finish this time though. And Kazakhstan unable to grab the rebound too, although there's a foul called. I think it was Yevstigniev who hit the deck, and the third foul's been called on Kevin Ferrer. So Kazakhstan have had a few breaks towards the end of this third quarter. The Philippines have made a few costly errors on defense in terms of fouling. Yevstigniev, who's had 2 3-point play opportunities, having been fouled, putting the ball in the basket, now back at the foul line again. Hitting his first 17 points in the game now. Just 50% from the foul line though. He's above 50% after that one. And Kazakhstan are within 7 again. And what a big 70 seconds at the end of the third quarter. And Kazakhstan come up with a steal. Here they come in transition, but they can't finish. Escoto grabs the rebound. Now they're trying to apply some more pressure high up the court. Tolomia onto Bello, swung to the corner. The 3 wouldn't go down for Pasumel. Back and forth, blow for blow, end to end. Ilin fires it into the paint. Yevstigniev trying to rise to the rim again, gets hit once more. Foul called on Bello as his first. And Mikhail Yevstigniev goes back to the line once more. Kazakhstan outscoring the Philippines 15-5. Since 4 minutes remaining in this quarter. And that's just about the same time that the coach made the decision to leave Yevstigniev and Mitchev in the game on 4 fouls apiece. And that man is repaying his coach's faith. Kazakhstan within 5, 30 seconds remaining in the third. Pasumel to Tolomia. Tolomia onto the left hand, driving into the paint, tries to dish it off, recovers the ball on the far side. The 3 at the end of the shot clock won't go down. And the final touch was off the Philippines, so 8 seconds remaining in the third. Kazakhstan with possession and a chance to make it a single possession game. Having been down, I think, by as many as 17. And then the foul on centre court by Gotladera, with his team already over the foul limit. So Nikolai Baskin goes to the foul line. Already on a double-double today over the first 3 quarters. 12 points, 13 rebounds, make it 13 and 13 now. 9 of those 13 rebounds on the offensive board as well. A block and a steal to add to his stat line. And this is the second foul shot, so it remains a 2-possession game. Now can they get a shot away? The 3 at the buzzer, no good. Well, what a ride we've been taking on here this morning. The Philippines, at the end of 3, lead Kazakhstan by just 4, having led by as many as 17. Let's look at the shooting numbers. Still no 3-point field goals for Kazakhstan. 0 of 12 from beyond the arc, but 55% inside because of the big presence of Yevstigniev and Mitchev, both in double figures, and bossing the boards as well. Although the Philippines have caught up to them with those offensive rebounds. Kazakhstan poor in the first quarter, shooting the ball and turning the ball over. Have started to fix those problems and have come back strong. Just completely abandoned the outside shot and looked to do the damage inside, and it's paid off. It looked like it was going to be game over though when Yevstigniev picked up 2 fouls in quick succession in that third quarter to take him to 4 personal fouls with around 14 or 15 minutes remaining. But he came out for a little bit, came back into the game on 4 fouls, and he's been immaculate since then. Mitchev has picked up his 4th foul since then as well and stayed in the game and been immaculate too. And the Philippines are having to weather another storm. Look at the bench scoring in favour of the Philippines, 40 to 18. And once again, it's another stat that shows how much Kazakhstan have relied on Mitchev and Yevstigniev. Four of the Kazakh starters into double figures. Bello, of course, came off the bench for the Philippines and is their leading scorer in the game on 17. Look at the second chance points off those offensive rebounds that Kazakhstan have come up with all game long. Yevstigniev can't hit here, and down court goes Perez to finish. The Philippines up by 6. He's provided so much energy when he's come onto the court. Now Kazakhstan in danger of losing it, and Scotto, I think, instead will be called for the foul. And it's the 4th on Russell Scotto. Yevstigniev twisting and turning at the high post. Now Baskin to the baseline. Was he fouled there as he throws the ball backwards and turns it away? Across to the far side. He just had to try and throw it back and hope somebody would recover as he lost his balance on the baseline. So the Philippines hit the first shot of the 4th, and then Kazakhstan turning it over as well. Perez to the corner to Bello. Bello steps away for 3. Yes! Ray Mark Bello doing the business late in the game. 19 points for him now, and the Philippines back up by 8. Savchenko. Bounce pass into the paint, recovered on the baseline, back into Filipino hands. They're able to try and cling on to it. They're really having to fight for this now, having been 17 points clear at one stage. Ptolomea. There's Perez. Perez so athletic as he attacks the paint but can't finish. Rebound Yevstigniev. Kazakhstan really need a score to get them going in the fourth. Ilin. They don't want all of their good work in the third to be undone. Ilin to the baseline. Finds a route to the rim somehow and puts it in. Poor start to the game for their top scorer at this tournament, but he's now got 13. Cruz back to Perez. Perez into the paint again. Back to Bello. Bello, another three. Yes! Back-to-back threes for Bello. 22 points in the game. The Philippines by 9. Yevstigniev drawing the double team. It's swatted away by Van Opstel. The foul was called though on the Filipino number 7, and that is his 5th. So it's the end of the line for Van Opstel. Yevstigniev back to the foul line where he has struggled here today. He's improved as the game's gone on though, and continues to do so. He was shooting under 50% from the line in the first half, now 9 of 14. 21 points in the game for him and 8 rebounds. This is the second though. 8-point game, 7.5 to play. De Chong across to Bello. Bello's taken over in this second half. Perez. Jinking and jiving one way and then the other onto the foul line, misses the shot. Rebound grabbed by Gutladeira, fresh 14 for the Philippines. The 3 for Bello. Not this time. Rebound Yevstigniev. Down court, behind the back goes Baskin but loses it. And then the foul. The second on Nikolai Baskin. So the Philippines by 8 with 7 minutes and change remaining. It is still very much game on, but it's been a little more erratic from Kazakhstan here in the fourth after a very solid end to the third. And the big presence of Mitchev and Yevstigniev, who dominated on 4 fouls apiece, left in the game in that third quarter, has kind of faded. And the Philippines with an offensive rebound. Second chance opportunity won't go. Looking to reel in another. Yevstigniev able to grasp the ball for Kazakhstan. Now Ilin. Ilin away from Perez. Just composes himself. Looks to go around the big frame of Yevstigniev. Spots the gap. Drives through it and finishes. Kazakhstan back within 6. And Ilin now up to 15. Perez. Across to Bello. Bello away from Ilin, hangs it off the window and gets the drop. 0 points in the first quarter, 24 points since then for Ray-Mark Bello. His tournament high. There's a foul as Ilin looked to attack the basket. Second foul on Jamar Perez. At the moment, the Philippines keeping Kazakhstan at bay, trading baskets with them. Here's Ilin. Still plenty of time for Kazakhstan to go on a run, though. Ilin looking to go around the frame of Mitchev, who moves inside into traffic and gets hit. Third foul on De Chong and the fourth team foul on the Philippines just 4 minutes into the fourth quarter. A large part of this may be decided by how well Kazakhstan shoot from the foul line now, as Mitchev misses that one. This is his first trip to the line. He's 7 of 9 from the field in this game for 14 points, Mitchev. Seven-point game now, and a foul will be called as De Chong brings the ball forward. It's on Gubashev. To attack into the paint, hangs it high over the defense, can't get the drop. Ilin gets the rebound. Ilin swiped from the side, I think, by De Chong. Confirmation of a third foul on Gubashev before that. Indeed, it's De Chong's fourth foul and the fifth team foul on the Philippines, with still 5 minutes and 35 seconds to play, up by 7. That could be hugely significant as Ilin gets the first to go. We've got a tantalising finish in store in this one. It really has been an engaging watch throughout. Not at times at the highest quality we've seen at these FIBA Asia Challenge tournaments, but certainly entertaining the way the game's been played out. And that's a lovely move to extend the Philippines' lead back to 8 points, or 7 make it now after the finish from Ferrer. Ilin. They'll take on a 3 here. Still can't hit. 0 of 13 from downtown Kazakhstan. Midway point of the final quarter, Bello, he's certainly hit a few from the outside and he's fouled on the perimeter by Ilin. And he looks like a man who can do it all at the moment, Raymond Bello. He's 3 of 3 from the outside, he's driving inside and scoring as well. Kazakhstan will call a timeout here around the midway point of the fourth quarter. Now look at their foul trouble. Yevstigniev and Mitchev on 4 fouls apiece, have been for some time now. Kuanov and Gubashev on 3 each. But those big men have done a good job of keeping themselves in the game and keeping their team in the game. Bello with 26 points in the game now, 10 rebounds too. That makes it a double-double for him, of 10 of 7 shooting those 26 points. They've had 12 from Escotto and 11 for De Chong. Bello averaging 18 points per game coming into this one. There's 4 in double figures for Kazakhstan now. The 21 points of Yevstigniev, the captain. The 17 points of Ilin, their top scorer coming into this game. 15 for Mitchev and 13 for Baskin, who's got a double-double with 13 rebounds as well. Kazakhstan dominating the battle in the paint, thanks to the combination of Yevstigniev and Mitchev. The Philippines still 7 points clear in the one stat that really matters. 81-74 the lead. Bello looks to attack from the perimeter again and turns it over this time. Off the back of the timeout. Offensive foul called on Christopher Joyce Javier. There's the high press and the steal from Pogoy. Couldn't finish though, grabs his own rebound. The foul and the basket for De Chong. The hustle play from the Philippines that takes them a step closer to the finish line. A chance to make it a double-digit lead with under 5 minutes to play. Fourth foul on Gubashev, and third Kazakh player on 4 fouls. A 3-point play completed by De Chong. Big performance from him here today as well. Savchenko. Troubling times for Kazakhstan. They have the pass picked off by Bello. Another turnover. Looks like it's getting away from them now. De Chong in towards Bello, out to the far side, moved onto the baseline. The two mid-range won't go down for Javier. Foul after that on Gubashev, so he becomes the first player fouled out of the game, would you believe, for Kazakhstan. After Yevstigniev and Mitchev have played for so long on 4 fouls, it's Gubashev who picks up 2 in quick succession and fouls out with 4 minutes and 11 seconds to play. Bello missing a free throw. Confirmation of that double-double for him. And one more to that impressive points tally. 11 points the lead for the Philippines. 4 minutes to play. Baskin. Starting to look like Kazakhstan needs something special now as Mitchev turns towards the paint. Across to the far side. Yevstigniev inside, guarded by the double team again. A combination of Javier and Bello put up the ceiling above him. The contact was called. It's Bello's second foul. Yevstigniev with clutch free throws here. 9 of 15 from the foul line in this game. He's improved as it's gone on, and he hits the first. 22 points to lead his team, 10 rebounds as well for a double-double. Makes them both, so it's a single-digit game again, just under 4 minutes to play. Kazakhstan just refused to go away in this one. These two teams looking for their first win of the 2016 FIBA Asia Challenge and to keep their hopes of a place in the quarterfinals alive. Bello got away from him, out to the corner, just about saved. Off the broken play, they put up the shot short, Baskin the rebound. Ilin. Can Kazakhstan build momentum with a score here with their first 3 of the game maybe? No, another miss. 0 of 14 from downtown. Pogoy, the pass to Bello, the foul, the basket. Bello taking charge, a chance to make it a 30-point game. The Philippines up by double figures again, and Bello could add his 30th point from the foul line. 11 of 18 from the field, 4 of 6 from the line, 29 points and 10 rebounds for Ray-Mark Bello, having gone scoreless in the whole of the first quarter. 3 assists as well, 2 steals. An impressive stat line that'll stand out at the end of this one as the Philippines look to push for a place in the quarterfinals. They've given themselves a fighting chance here. Pogoy called for a foul. The lead for the Philippines is 11 with just over 3 minutes to play. Pavel Ilin at the line now with the clutch foul shots for Kazakhstan. Misses the first. Ilin 7 of 14 from the field for 17 points today, but he's not really taken the game by the scruff of the neck the way that Bello has. 2 of the tournament's top scorers coming in, and it's Bello who's won the battle. It looks like Bello's team are going to win the battle. Pass inside, big rejection though from Ilin, still has something to say. although it fell a little fortuitously into Filipino hands. And the basket counts for Ferrer. And it's the 5th foul on Yevstigniev. So it's all come crumbling down for Kazakhstan now. They were hanging on in the game, clinging in, not letting the Philippines get away, but with 3 minutes to play, the lead has opened up to 13, and Yevstigniev finally falls with that 5th foul on 23 points and 10 rebounds. And both foul shots good for Ferrer. There's the 3 for Kazakhstan, off the mark again. Mitchev, offensive rebound, turning in the paint. Back out to Kozanov. Kozanov for 3, another miss. And the rebound grabbed by Pogoy. Open 3 for the Philippines, bang! Kevin Ferrer finishes off Kazakhstan. 16-point game, 2 minutes to play. Ilin for 3, off the mark wildly. Another 3, they'll just keep putting them up now. It's an air ball. Kazakhstan have had an absolute nightmare from downtown. 0 of 16 from 3-point range. And they trail by 16. And this could very well be the end of their tournament. 3 for Ferrer again, can't hit this one. 9 from downtown for the Philippines altogether. As Ilin dances through, can't finish, but Mitchev picks up the pieces. And it's too little too late for Kazakhstan now. Impressive inside, Mitchev, 8 of 9. 17 points in the game as Ilin picks up his 3rd foul. Some big performances in terms of scoring for Kazakhstan, but that inside presence not enough ultimately. 40 points combined from Mitchev and Yevstigniev, 13 points and 16 rebounds for Baskin. It looks very impressive, but the outside shooting has been so woeful. The Philippines have been impressive on the outside themselves, shooting over 40% and shooting close to 50% inside too. And Bello has been unplayable at times. 30 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists and 2 steals. Yevstigniev fouled out with 23 points, the leading scorer for Kazakhstan. There, a look at Bello's 30. 14 points for De Chong, their second leading scorer. They've had double figures as well from Escotto with 12. Both De Chong and Escotto playing on 4 fouls at the moment. De Chong adding another to his tally. 15 now, along with 4 assists in the game. Three off the mark, 0 of 17 for Kazakhstan, and the steal after the offensive rebound from Perez. Ferrer, final minute of the game coming up, Philippines by 15. Here's Escotto. Into his left hand, driving into the perimeter, gets the defense up in the air and draws some contact. Kazakhstan still have to face India here tomorrow as they look to pick up a first win of the tournament, but they're going to fall to 0-4. 2 defeats in the preliminary round group, 2 defeats in the second round group. And that will make it just about impossible for them to move through to the quarterfinals. The Philippines have given themselves a chance now. They will move to 1-3 before they face Jordan here tomorrow. High pass, oh, what a play! They might have suffered a knockout blow here today, but that's one of the plays of the tournament. Baskin getting so high he might have a nosebleed. And he's just picked up the foul as well. But that was some leap from Baskin. The Philippines, meanwhile, are looking to make it a century of points. That alley-oop coming out of nowhere for Kazakhstan. Baskin's had an impressive game, but those big players inside just not supported on the outside. Askar Mideking, the teenager into the game, has got himself a trip to the line with 27.7 seconds remaining. Falls short. The Philippines are going to have a chance to hit the 100-point mark. They've got a full shot clock to work with to try and hit that milestone. Got Ladera to inbound the ball. Perez trying to get away from the double team. Good defense. Perez trying to get free, and the foul will go on Kazakhstan, who almost pinched the ball off Perez. Baskin's 4th foul. And Kazakhstan over the foul limit, so Perez will go to the foul line to try and make it to 100. 3 of 4 from the line today, 2 of 6 from the field, 7 points. Misses that one though, so they're not going to reach 100 just yet. It's a brand new set of Filipino players for this tournament. Collegiate base, they're going to learn from this experience and get better. They will hope as the tournament progresses, and they will hope to progress with the tournament to the quarterfinals. Giving themselves a shot at doing that now. 10 seconds for the final offensive possession perhaps of the game, but caught on half court. Kazakhstan coming with some hustle plays down the stretch, but too little too late. Brilliant bellow blows Kazakhstan to bits. 30 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists and 2 steals to lead his team to victory. Their first victory at the tournament as they beat Kazakhstan 98-86. And hopes of a quarter-final kept alive for the Philippines in this game. They shot impressively inside and out. Kazakhstan really struggling, particularly from the outside. Look at that, 18 three-point misses. Despite a good presence inside, they won the battle of the paint, but that wasn't enough here against the Philippines today. 4 more turnovers as well, 20 in the game, too many. But then the Philippines, 12 steals.